world. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. It's a beautiful Thursday in the city of Lagos. I hope your day is going great, and I hope you're basically having an amazing time this afternoon. It's about 10 minutes before 2 p.m. on the number one station that gives you a voice. Welcome to Matters. This is that program where we discuss and analyze issues as it affects you and I, issues in Nigerian polity. We try to dissect it, analyze it. We also try to give you a voice so that you can also get to be a part of the conversation. Okay, we are Voice of the People. That is to say, yes, we need to give you a voice. We want you to be a part of our conversations. We always want to get your opinion on issues because it is very, very important that just as what you think about their policies and their reforms as well. So welcome to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Let's get right into it and let me let you know the topics which we'll be discussing this afternoon. But you can proceed to YouTube as we're streaming live. All you need to do is open your YouTube app and type into your search bar VOP 903 FM, and you can get to be a part of the conversation. So Matters has just begun. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Flood me with your calls. That is the certified true copy of the Supreme Court ruling on the River State situation, clarifying that the 27 lawmakers accused of defecting from the PDP to the APC never actually switched parties. Now, the Supreme Court is saying that the River State, the Supreme Court had given a judgment last Friday ordering the River State government, or rather a judgment against the River State government, ordering the CBN and the Accountant General of the Federation and other relevant agencies to withhold funds from the Rivers State government. The Supreme Court also accused Governor Sim for flagrant disobedience to judicial orders, insisting that he must first comply with the law before funds could be released. Now, the Supreme Court is saying that there was no evidence to show that these lawmakers actually defected. There was no legal backing to show that, okay, they have been accepted by the APC so that they can say, oh, yes, now you have fully and truly you've truly and fully defected, so you will lose your seat. And that it was actually the actions of Governor Sim Fubara in putting down the River State Assembly complex that led to those lawmakers behaving the way that they did. And this is a situation that's been going on ever since Governor Sim Fubara ascended that seat, ever since he was declared win, ever since he was sworn in. Literally, this is a situation that has been going on since then, and I want to know what you think about this dimension that the situation is taking and the Supreme Court ruling. Okay, because it's saying that Governor Sim Fubara acted in a certain way. He brought down the Rivers Assembly, and that is the reason why the lawmakers said they would defect, but they never actually went ahead to defect after they said they would, or they said that they are defecting. And also the APC is saying we don't have these people in our database as members. They're not card-carrying members of the APC. They've not come to us to say they want to join the APC, and so we do not recognize them as APC members, reinforcing what the Supreme Court said about there being no evidence that these lawmakers actually defected, which really begs the question, all of the issue that has been happening in Rivers State now, it really shouldn't be happening, right, when you look at it. But actually, what are the lawmakers up to? When you say you're defecting and you're not actually taking steps to defect, and now the governor is acting on the fact that you are saying that you have defected, and then you've not actually taken the legal steps to ensure that this defection has an evidence, or that this defection has been fully carried out, and so that it can now be recognized as a member of the other political party. So what is the reason? What is the need for all of this crisis that has been happening now? Because Governor Sim Fubara predicates all of his responses and his outlook to the situation on the fact that these lawmakers said they are defecting, and then he presented budgets, the 2024 budget and 2025 budget, to four-member assembly, right, with the Martin Amewule led factions saying that they will not be, they were not even there when the budget was presented to the River State House of Assembly with just four members led by Victor Oko Jumbo. So I want to know what you think about this situation with the Supreme Court saying there is no legal evidence to show that these people actually did defect, and the APC also saying, well, we do not have them in our database as members. Okay, I'm not even asking you to blame anyone, because asking the question who should be blamed would just be almost as if one wants to foment trouble again. But with these lawmakers, you said you were defecting. So why didn't you actually conclude the steps, the legal steps that would show, or that would make it understood that yes, you have now moved to the APC, right? Also, the PDP needs to tell us, have these lawmakers been, anytime if they have their PDP meetings, have these lawmakers been attending as bona fide PDP members? On whose side are they really standing? Because if we say that these are pro-Wike lawmakers, there are certain people within the PDP who feel that, Wike himself should not be a member of the party. So the PDP needs to also tell Nigerians, have these people been attending your meetings? Are they still bona fide members of the PDP? Or if that's if the APC is saying they are not bona fide members of the party, but they did say they wanted defect from the PDP to the APC. So if they did not later defect, what it really is the reason for all of this hula baloo and all the problems that has been happening. Just yesterday, gunmen attacked some people, some purported supporters of Governor Fubara in River State, injuring several of them amid the political tension in the state. And this is the reason why they need to be, and they need to come to an impasse immediately, as soon as possible, so that we do not have many more incidences of people being injured, people being shot at, people being killed, or people being assaulted or attacked because of whom they support. And I'm also hoping that this is the last time we'll be hearing about anything like a gunman attack due to this political tension in River State at the moment, which also begs the question, if they are saying that these are local vigilante groups, all right, why do they have weapons? Right? Why do they have weapons? Where the people in the country are already complaining about how insecurity has been on the rise lately, and how there is so much weapons, small and light and even heavy weapons, in the hands of non-state actors, in the hands of people who shouldn't even have them in the first place. So if we create local vigilantes and then we arm them with weapons, and then a situation like this happens where the local vigilante group, who is meant to be protecting the people, opens fire on the people because they're not happy with the kind of gathering that the people have gathered to support the governor, what then do we say? All right, so that is the situation in River State at the moment. I'd like to hear your own opinion on the River State debacle. From there, I want to talk about Chief Bode George, a former deputy national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, that's the PDP. Chief Bode George warning against allowing former Vice President Atiku Abubakar to emerge as the party's presidential candidate for the fourth time in 2027, stating that such a move would spell doom for the opposition party. Now, Chief Bode George, speaking in an interview with journalists, cautioned PDP stakeholders that fielding Atiku would guarantee another electoral loss in the next general election. Chief Bode George is saying if you keep fielding Atiku, he will keep losing, and we cannot afford to keep losing. Like, this will be the fourth time that Atiku will be presented as the party's presidential candidate, and you're wondering, is there no one else within the party that actually has what it takes to be their flag bearer? Is there no one else within the party who actually has what it takes to be their presidential candidate? Or is it just that everybody loves Atiku so much that he's the one who keeps winning the primaries, and that's the reason why he needs to be the party's presidential candidate? It's been presented 4 times, lost all 4 times, to the extent that is what people used to take a jab at him the most, calling him a serial election loser. Now, Chief Bode George is saying, look, the PDP needs to find someone else, to just field someone else, and not the same person that they have fielded in the last 4 election cycles. And I want to know what you think about that. Do you think Chief Bode George is right with that Atiku should not be the 2027 presidential candidate or the presidential flag bearer of the PDP, and how long he's been contesting and how long he's been losing due to that situation? Do you really think that Atiku should no longer contest? If there are primaries and the people within the party choose him, I mean, he's within his rights to contest as many times as possible, as many times as he would like to contest. Now, the PDP chieftain criticized Atiku for sidelining the South in the build-up to the 2023 presidential election. According to him, this move led to resentment within the party and triggered the rebellion of the governors, led by former River State Governor Nyesom Wike, against the PDP candidate, that is Atiku. Chief Bode George is saying that Atiku does not have the interest of the South at heart. If under his supervision, the Southwest was given nothing, and he was even bold enough to say something would be conceded to us after the election, which we rejected, then what does that say? That is, I'm quoting Chief Bode Judge verbatim. He's also warned it will be a slap and an act of cheating for another northerner to secure the PDP ticket in 2027. So it's like this issue has about two dimensions, not just the fact that Atiku Abubakar has been fielded by the PDP 4 different times and lost, but for the fact that Chief Bode Judge himself is saying that he thinks that maybe the candidate that the PDP should field should rather be a southerner and not a northerner. He's also saying that no reasonable southerner would wholeheartedly campaign for a northern candidate in 2027. He's also saying he will not campaign for a northern candidate until 2031 after the South has completed its 8 years. Speaking further, he talked about the political future of the Labour Party, saying that Peter Obi's presidential ambition could only be realized under the PDP. Yes, the Peter Obi can never win an election under the Labour Party. And I really want to know what you think about what he has said. Is that true? We know that there is a certain fracas within the Labour Party, even though it is not very pronounced at the moment, but it happens to be there. Okay, it really is there. And even though the Labour Party comes up and then says, oh, there's no factionalization within the party and we are good, you can tell that the internal structures of the party seem to not be as strong as they should be. They seem vulnerable, seem to be collapsing. And in 2027, no one knows if Obi will still be the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. But Chief Bode Judge says he thinks, right, that even if the Labour Party feuds Obi in 2027, it will be difficult for Obi to win as a Labour Party candidate in 2027 presidential elections. But he has a chance of winning under the PDP. Is that an assertion that you agree with? Do you believe that Peter Obi has a chance of winning, has a shot at winning the presidential election if he contests under the umbrella of the PDP? Or whether it's in the Labour Party, it's not about the party, it is about the man. I really want to know what you think about, yes, this particular assertion. Is it about the party or about the man, right? So if Obi moves to the PDP, those of you who are his supporters, would you still vote for him if he moves on to the PDP? That's another opposition party. It's not the APC. So I want to know, would you still vote for Obi if he joins the PDP, or would I say rejoins the PDP? All right, then. I didn't want to talk about the Senator Natasha versus the President of the Senate, Akpabio, today, but there is a new development where the Senate panel has moved to suspend the Kogi senator for 6 months. Now, the Senate Committee on Public Conduct, Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petitions has recommended a 6-month suspension for Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti over allegations of misconduct. The decision was announced today during a Senate plenary session where the committee chairman, Senator Neda Imasu, presented the panel's findings. He stated that Senator Natasha was found guilty of all the allegations against her, primarily because she refused to appear before the committee for a review of her conduct. Now, the Senate was debating the committee's report. Lawmakers expressed different opinions on whether the suspension should be enforced or modified. Some senators actually supported the panel's recommendation, arguing that discipline must be maintained within the legislative chambers. Now, other senators believe that the issue should be reconsidered to ensure fairness in the process. Senator Natasha's case, of course, it follows a heated disagreement with Senate President Godswill Akpabio over sitting arrangement in the chamber. The matter did escalate days later when she accused the Senate President of sexual harassment. Now, I really want to point out that the move to suspend her is not due to the sexual harassment allegations. It's actually due to what the National Assembly has called misconduct on her part, and how she, spoke to the President of the Senate, how she was not happy about how her seat was moved, which, if you recall, was the genesis of this whole situation, which she then said, the Senate President is being discriminatory towards me because I refuse his sexual advances. Now, let's take a listen to Senator Neda Imasu actually announcing this during plenary session today.
Comments as follows. 1, that the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti Duaran for 6 months for her total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended, for bringing the president, the presiding officer, and the entire Senate in general to public opprobrium. 2, that for the Senate to consider lifting the suspension or to reduce the tenure of suspension, Senator Natasha shall submit a written apology to the Senate before the reconsideration by the Senate. 3, that the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpotiuduaghan with effect from 6 March 2025 from all legislative activities forthwith. 4, that her office be locked up for the duration of her suspension and hand over all Senate properties in her possession to the clerk of the National Assembly. 5, that for the duration of her suspension, she cannot come or be seen within the vicinity of the National Assembly, including her staff. 6, that her salaries and allowances, including those of her legislative aides, be suspended and withdraw of all security details for the duration of her suspension. And 7, that for the period of her suspension, she be barred from representing herself to the public, locally and internationally, as a Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In conclusion, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, my most distinguished and respected colleagues, on behalf of the Senate Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct, and Public Petitions, we appreciate the Senate President and our distinguished colleagues for the opportunity granted us to serve Nigerians through the Committee of Ethics, Code of Conduct, and Public Petitions, respectfully submitted for consideration and approval. Thank you, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues.
There you have it. That is Senator Neda Imaswa speaking on the suspension of Senator Natasha Akpoti for 6 months. And this is for misconduct, okay, on the whole seat allocation or seat reassignment issue. This is not because of the sexual harassment allegations. But one cannot help but wonder, is the way this whole situation has spiraled, could it have actually influenced this decision of the National Assembly, this decision of the Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions Committee, right? We know that a lot of senators have been going on TV, speaking to journalists and talking about how they do not think that the president of the Senate is actually guilty of this sexual harassment allegation. Some say, oh, he plays too much, while some say, oh, Senator Natasha is just trying to blackmail him or just trying to take away from the main situation, which was her misconduct on the floor of the National Assembly. But I really want to know, as a Nigerian, do you think that the whole sexual harassment allegation impacted or influenced the decision of the Ethics Committee in giving her a 6-month suspension? You did hear what they said. All of her salaries and emoluments will be withdrawn. Her security aids will be withdrawn. Her legislative assistant will also be withdrawn, and she's to stop presenting herself to anyone nationally or internationally as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria if this suspension sails through for 6 months. Is this too much of a punishment for, not sitting on the seat that was assigned to her, or for expressing displeasure at the fact that her seat was changed without her knowledge? So it's about time for you to call in and share your thoughts on the situation that we are discussing this afternoon. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We're streaming live on YouTube, VOP 903 FM on YouTube, VOP 903 FM on YouTube. We are streaming live, okay? So you can leave a comment. I can see your comments on YouTube. Do keep them coming. Thank you so much. You can also send messages on WhatsApp, and you can call me up. The number to call is 0803 692 9933. 0803 692 9933. Call this number and you can reach me directly right here in the studios. If you would rather send a WhatsApp message, you can send it to 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. Yes. Send a WhatsApp message and I'll surely take your messages. Also, leave your comments on YouTube and I'll take them as well. So call me up and let's have a conversation right here on Matters. All right. right, in case you're just joining us, this is Matters and Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Let me quickly reiterate the topics which we are discussing this afternoon, okay? So just give you a general idea of what we're talking about before you begin to call in to let me know your opinions. First up, we talked about the Supreme Court document showing that the 27 Puerto Rivers lawmakers did not actually or did not legally defect to the APC. Even the APC has said, look, they're not our party members. We don't know these people. Also, Chief Bode George is opposing Atiku's 2027 presidential bid and saying Atiku should not be the presidential candidate of the PDP in 2027. Saying to do. So now only him for the past four election cycles, the PDP keeps presenting only Atiku. Waiting happen. Only him there for the party. And also he believes a Southerner should be the candidate of the PDP in the 2027 elections and not a Northerner. So it's not as if he has anything personal against Atiku. He's also saying it's time for Obi to come to the PDP, or do I say rejoin the PDP? Do you remember the Atiku Obi ticket? I think it was in 2019 or so. Yes, do you remember that ticket? So he's saying Obi should come to the PDP as he has a higher chance of actually winning a presidential election under the PDP, a higher chance than if he was in the Labour Party. And finally, we're looking at the National Assembly, or rather the Senate panel, actually moving to suspend Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti for 6 months over what they have called misconduct on the floor of the National Assembly. This was announced today during the Senate plenary session where the committee chairman, Senator Neda Imaswe, presented the panel's findings. And I'm asking the question, we know that the whole sexual harassment allegations spiraled, or it came out after Senator Natasha actually expressed displeasure at her seat being changed in the National Assembly without her knowledge. And she's saying this is not the first time she's actually experiencing something like this, not the seat being changed scenario specifically, but the fact that she's being discriminated against and she's being maligned by the president of the Senate because she rejected his sexual advances. Right. And I'm asking the question, do you think that this whole situation, it's more or less brought the name of the president of the Senate into, some people would say it's brought it into disrepute, right? Would you say that these sexual harassment allegations have impacted on how the committee carried out their investigations, made their finding in such a short while, found her guilty, and they want her to go on 6 months suspension? Will we even see a situation whereby the president of the Senate will swoop in like a knight in shining armor and save the day and say, you know what, don't suspend her, so that Nigerians can know that I don't have anything against her? I'm not trying to preempt what's going to happen, but I'm asking you as a Nigerian, because these issues concern you. This is the nation's, this is Nigeria's National Assembly, where the laws that guide your life is made, okay? So you cannot but be interested in what goes on in the legislative chambers. Also recall that this same Senator Neda Imaswe had said that Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan's petition is sexual against the president of the Senate on sexual harassment allegations is dead on arrival. All right. So one cannot but try to connect the dots and draw parallels between the two situations. Anyway, it's time for me to take your calls. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. And you can also send a message on WhatsApp or call me on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338. 0817-175-6338. Okay. Hello, welcome to Matters. You're my first caller this afternoon. What's your name and location, please?
Godwin.
Hi, what's your name? Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon.
Godwin is the name calling from Marco.
Welcome, Godwin. I can hardly hear you. Please, can you maybe raise your voice a bit?
I've listened to.
All right, Godwin, go ahead.
Please, the judgment of the Senate on that senator is too harsh on her. That's number one. One, I had a national committee fiction about supposing
Godwin, I can hardly hear you. I'm really straining my ears to hear you. Can you call me back, please? I'd appreciate that.
Let me stop.
Okay.
I said the judgment of the Senate on that senator It's too harsh on her.
Good.
It's just too harsh on her.
Okay, I can hear you
They
better.
should do something about it. It's too harsh.
The
about
suspension
her is
for 6
suspended, and
months.
she's suspended from the Senate. No salary, nothing for 6 months.
Thank you so much, Godwin. Thank you for your thoughts. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. You can also try the number 0700-903-903-903. 0700-903-903-903. If you'd rather send a message on WhatsApp, or you can even call me up on WhatsApp, the number is 0817-175-6338. 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp, okay? So send a message or call me up. Hello there, welcome to Matters. What's your name and location, please? Turn down the volume of your radio set. Hello? All right, give me a call back. Hello, welcome to Matters. What's your name and location, please?
Hello, Shaman. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you, ma'am?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I can hear you. What's your name and location, please? I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. My name is Madam Eunice, calling from Agege.
Welcome, Madam Eunice. How is Agege today?
I will bless God.
Great. Go ahead, please.
Concerning Natasha, that punishment is too bad.
Mm.
So the men now, they are not encouraging women to join the policy. Now they want to, they want to subdue this that lady for her not to speak out, and for many women not to get the mind to participate in policy. That is what they are trying to do now.
Mm.
Concerning in River State, all these things that is happening there, whether court or whether Fubara or the lawmaker that defected, they are all in the hand of Wike. It's Wike that is doing all these things. Bribing all the court people.
You can't say that, Madam Eunice. You can't say that. That is a statement that lacks facts, okay?
What I'm saying is this. Because in other states, like Calabar and all the rest places, they defected. And there was no complaint like
you know what the Supreme Court is saying, Madam Eunice, right? When they just said it with their mouth, they didn't actually go to the APC to register.
I understand all these things. All these things in the hand of Wike. But what I want to say is this. Is there anybody that disturbed Wike during his own time? Is there any woman, all the people that hand over to Wike, did anyone disturb him? The way he stands to make sure he brings Fubara down. He should fear God. There is God. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, Madam Eunice. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day and keep listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This is Matters, the program where we discuss and analyze issues in the polity as it affects you and I. Welcome to Matters. What's your name and location, please?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. What's your name and location?
Yeah, I'm listening to your program here right now.
Thank you so much.
I want to say that, first of all, please, if anybody that knows Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, people should tell him that Nigeria is no more for jungle justice play again. We don't need people like him to run any race for us.
Wow.
He should go and sit down, please, and take care of his old age. We don't need politics again now for leadership. And we are going to make sure that we fight that with our last breath in this country. We are waiting for the election because that is where our voice and everything, our actions will speak for us. So it's not as if we don't know what is happening. We are seeing everything, and we are waiting for the time for us to vote the right person. Then they will know that Nigerians are not happy. You know. Then for that lady that they are suspending, or they plan to suspend, that thing, they are just using power of a man on a woman. They are trying to oppress that woman. In that same this thing that they are reading, all those their laws and everything, the woman too has a point to prove. She has a law backing her, a particular law backing her actions and her reactions, and it has been sidelined. All they want is how to bring her down because she's fighting their grandmaster, who is the Senate president. You know, all these things that they are doing is politics. They are just using us to play politics too much in this country. Somebody who was felt sexually harassed as a woman and is being thrown under the carpet and what's the after.
But it's not because of that allegation that she was suspended, though. It was because of how she reacted after her seat was changed.
Yes, her seat was changed. She has a right to react for security reasons. So how is it an issue? How is it an issue?
So you think the sexual harassment allegations was part of what influenced the Senate to give her such a punishment?
They did not follow the rightful way to change somebody's seat. You can't just wake up in the morning and do your thing because you really have the power.
Thank you so much for your call. Thank you.
Along, and you expect her not to react?
Thank you so much.
If anything happens to her, it's her life that is going, not yours.
Thank you for your call. Thank you for your call. Let's hear from others, okay?
She's trying to secure herself. I think that is not enough for you to punish her up to the extent of giving her 6 months away, forgetting that she's serving not just herself, she's serving, a constituency, she's serving
Thank you.
a number of people.
Thank you. I have to let you go now so we can hear from other people, okay?
All right.
Thank you so much. Keep listening. This is Matters. Welcome. What's your name and location, please?
This is Paul calling from Egbeda.
Welcome, Tom. How are you doing today? Good afternoon.
Well, we are fine, but Nigeria is trying to make us not to be fine. And please, I want to beg you for an understanding. We were all alive and healthy when we had Wike said he bought form for everyone that contested for election in 2023 under PDP. He bought form for all of them. So when somebody says it's Wike that is doing everything, why are you exonerating Wike?
No, he said Wike is bribing. No. That one I can't allow you to say something like that. But go ahead. Go ahead.
It was Wike and Fubara that was invited in Asurok to hold meeting, and conditions for peace was made. There were conditions given to Fubara to a form of 40 million in order to be president of a country. That was what. Go and play back the interview that was granted to him. That was why he left PDP. How can he buy a form 40 million for what? To be a president.
But do you agree with Chief Bode Judge that he cannot win under the Labour Party?
Who?
That Obi needs to return to the PDP in order to be able to win presidency.
Yeah, there should be a merger between PDP, Labour, Senate Labour Party, NNPP. There should be a coalition in order to defeat APC. Nigerians are tired. That's not the truth. Anyone that is telling you that is okay, that means that person is doing something extraordinary to make a living. My children have graduated from the university with a good pass, and they have no job. They are still under my roof. And you think as a father, I would be happy. But at the age of 19, I started living on my own. I have started living and taking care of my parents. So the country is not working. The economy is down. And we are ready to change through the ballot system. We are ready to change governance in 2027. So we want Obi to form a coalition party in order to upset APC. Because the obedient movement is well and alive. We are breathing and we're ready to go. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, madam.
Hi, what's your name and location, sir?
My name is Comrade Iroko from Ejibo.
Welcome, Comrade. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I'm not supposed to interfere in the issue of the Senate. But I will say one thing, that we men, we are supposed to fear where we come from. We come out from woman, and every explanation, in every allegation, it always has meaning. If there is no issue, there won't be conversation. This woman said this thing happened on a platter of understanding to every Nigerian that has been listening to these issues since when it has started. Without any issue, can Mr. Akpabio ask that woman not to say what the woman has been alleging for his own constituency to be improved? If not because of what has happened, that transpired between them, he did not have any right to be telling that woman that he should change the seat, he should not be talked. But we're supposed to fear where we come from because it is the woman that born all man in life. So if this thing goes away with what is going on in this Nigeria, definitely all women in this Nigeria, they are docile. I will tell you this. This is the reason why. Because I'm not happy. Even me myself, I have a wife at home. Everybody have wife. If we are domestic violence, we will know how to settle it. Say you understand. But if we are not concerned about marriage, we will know how to settle ourselves. Is it that we go on a separate way?
We can't even advise for condoning domestic violence. But thank you so much, Comrade Juruko. Let's hear from other people, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Oh, hello. Can you hear me? You just might have to give me a call back. Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. You need to turn down the volume of your radio set and then give me a call back. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this program. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, madam.
Hi. What's your name and location, please?
Manuel. I'm calling from Ikeja.
All right. Go ahead, Manuel.
Okay. There are two things I needed to talk about this issue. One had to do with P2B and staying in Labour Party. I will advise P2B because as the enemy sees distractors are in Labour Party should not be there.
He should leave the Labour Party.
P2B is a hurricane. Even if P2B fleets a political party tomorrow, Nigerians still believe in better Nigeria. We see follow P2B. What Bode George said, what Bode George said is on his own. Every Nigerian believes in P2B because of what people are passing through.
Not every Nigerian. He has his support, but not every Nigerian.
Staying 20 years and I still living under the roof. Whose parent will be happy? Because the system is bad. Now, secondly, on Natasha case, they said there's no smoke without fire. And if you want to know the taste of his shit, look at just party the smell. How can a woman complain about a matter? The Senate met and raised about 6 offenses upon her. Nobody even said, look, this is what this one, how they listen to her. And eventually, let us see our own opinion. You can remember 2 years ago on the issue of budget pardon, the man that raised that issue in Senate was suspended. So in Nigeria, where is the equity? Where is justice? Where is fair play? So you know when Nigeria said, in Nigeria, even if you slap me on the road, on the motor, I will reply. Because you can't just get justice in this country.
All
People
right,
who are running around like Bible are his men.
Thank you for your call.
So if eventually you change the treatment arrangement, what is the reason?
So you feel the punishment is too stringent?
Listen to that woman. Let them make public the woman's evidence of what you're talking about. Instead of going to make up a committee, raise 6 and say suspend her. Before somebody raised the case of budget pardon and the man was suspended. So when shall we get justice and equity and the poor man's voice is heard in the country?
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Thank you so much for your call. I appreciate it. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. Welcome to Matters. What's your name and location, please?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. My name is Afunwa Adama. I'm calling from Idim.
Welcome.
You see, my own about this 6-month suspension they give Natasha. I want all women to come out and fight for their rights. Because all this where this government where they do is unfair. Let all women, all the called women, may they come out and fight their rights. Because this one now where they talk, the way they give Natasha 6 months suspension, they want to die the matter. May the truth no come outside. May all the whole woman come out and fight. That one gone. About what Bode George said, really, but says that matter makes sense more. Because I believe P2B cannot win from, if you win from Labour Party. But if they join the PDP, if he join the PDP back and let them give a presidential ticket, that is fine.
Wait, if you say if Peter Obi contest under PDP, if it win?
Yes, I believe that.
Even without measure?
If they give with that measure, if you join PDP, that measure, no measure. Now, human being, we are needy. We're not a party. Now, human being, a personal, somebody personal, to present, so no be party matters. Now, what the person go feel, what the person capable to do? Now we need no be party matters. So make it come out. If you can be able to make them give them presenter ticket, fine. But if you that for that Labour Party, that Labour Party now half of Labour Party, half of APC, now there for Labour Party. So make that what Bode George said, and make it Atiku go and last. You don't hold. You don't fight for many times, and no one will see getting head. That's why not be in destiny.
Thank you.
So make him go relax. Make him give you.
Thank you for your call.
Young generation.
Thank you for your call. I appreciate. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Call me up. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my sister. How are you doing?
I'm great. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Frank. I'm calling from Ava.
Welcome, Frank.
Okay. On Natasha's matter, I can see that in Nigeria, that people are using every position they are to sit on top of other people, which is very, very wrong. They would have, if you watch what is happening in Nigeria, is exactly what is happening in every offices in Nigeria. Because in any position anybody finds himself, they will use it to subdue others or become Hitler on that axis, which is very, very wrong. This Senate would have stood down. On how many days did they do this investigation? That means they have planned down everything they wanted to do to her before they before this issue came out. So this is the only time I have seen that Senate under 2 days, under 1 day, they conclude their investigation and they give this thing. It's very, very wrong. That one is gone. Then on River State matter, please, River State people, the ball is on their court. They have seen how one man wanted to destroy the whole rivers. So if the Rivers people want these things to happen, because these few people there are no more than Rivers people. So if Rivers people want to allow them to destroy their place, let them go ahead. It's on their court. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much for your call. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. Thank you for holding on.
Good afternoon, Choma Innocent.
How are you doing today, Zerinadi?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm well. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Choma, let me start with this Madam Eunice concerning what she said.
Zerinadi, why not give your own opinion?
Throughout Wike tenure, Wike was fought throughout his tenure. You only use the language. Wike always use this. If you're a judge, to come and judge against him right away before coming to court, that's language which Wike always use. Then he was brutal. He said he's out for anybody anybody. Then he said, if you're a judge, come and judge against him in court right away before coming. So, and the Choma, there's proof. And another thing, he said, they asked the woman a question. There's proof that these people, this guy, just debated the lawyer. What is it called? Oh my God! When this Nigeria use always explode my head. Choma, before this people just move from that APC to this into APC. There's a video. This thing, the evidence. Choma, you're a journalist. Don't need to some question. You don't need to ask.
Well, I'm talking on what the court is saying. The court said there is no legal backing. APC said they are not in their database as their members.
Which court? Is it not Nigeria court? Is it not Nigeria court? Can you just say just because of said when you say court, you don't use Nigeria court as example. Say court said. Look, and this is Supreme Court saying that. Choma Innocent. The only thing, what I would say conclude in River State before going to Natasha is River States have been created to be like that every time problem. They can't be peace. That country. That is why they create that state.
You really hope not.
That is why they create. Just check the record of the River State. If you can go through record, That case was created to just cause confusion.
What do you
That is
think
why
about the
it
Natasha
remain.
situation?
Okay, Natasha, the situation is this. And what Babio should step down first. You see these people, you look at here the way they did it. This man said that the one that I read about the suspension, he said he attacked Nigerian people for giving the opportunity to come and serve them. He's coming to going there to enrich himself. Stop saying he's going to serve anybody. He don't go there to serve anybody. Natasha just laid this something. Is it not the wise thing for people to say if it in the same countries? Babio resign first before we talk about this thing. He can't just be in a power telling them, teaching out others what to do. And you look at that, I said that it's like I will just relax because of there's no Nigerian problem that always give me headache here. Look at yesterday, people went to protest. Bobby must go. The police used tear gas on them. When they all of a sudden, these people, women that doesn't even know anything, they came out and they said, "Ababio, we win." All these things, and they just permit them because look at the game. Look at what game Nigerians are playing.
Thank you, Thank you. I have to let you go. Let's hear from others.
God
Okay.
will judge all of them. Yeah.
Thank you for your call, Zerinadi. 0803-692-9933. Turn down the volume of your radio set and give me a call back. 0803-692-9933. Call me up. Hello. Welcome to Matters. What's your name and location, please?
Hello.
Hi. What's your name and location?
Emma College.
Welcome. Please go ahead.
An issue of Natasha. Tachoma, I don't know what I remember when.
Please turn down the volume of your radio set. I can hear myself and you as well.
Do you remember when Natasha gave birth? Did Akpabio visited her?
Did Akpabio visit her?
What
does that have to do? What does that have to do with the issue on ground?
We are saying wait now. Did Akpabio say that Natasha is a princess of the Senate? These are the questions we need to ask. Is there any time that Akpabio said that Natasha wear clothes like nightclub? Is there any time Akpabio made that statement? So this is the question that Nigeria ought to be asked. Now, Akpabio ought to step down. He can't be a judge in your own case. If we need a sanity and justice in Nigeria, Akpabio ought to step aside. That's what I want to say.
Thank you for your call. Appreciate it. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. We're streaming live on YouTube, VOP 903 FM, VOP 903 FM on YouTube. Okay, so you can watch live on YouTube and leave a comment. You can also send a WhatsApp message 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. You can either send a message or you call me up. Okay, I want to hear from you. Hello, welcome to Matters. What's your name and location, please?
Good afternoon, Chi. This is Marshall. I'm calling you from Ikeja.
Welcome, Marshall. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, what I'm going to say is I don't think we're ready to move forward. Instead, we are going backwards. In a sane country that has integrity and wants to do the right thing, if somebody in a high-profile position is being accused of something like this, allegedly, you're supposed to step aside, not even resign. Resignation will be maybe extreme, but just step aside and let the investigation go on. That's the first thing that is expected. You don't even need anybody to tell you that. If you know what you're doing, if you are being honest with yourself, that's the first thing. Now, you can see how fast they were to give her this suspension regarding her misconduct. But you can also see the way they are reacting towards her petition. You are saying something is dead on arrival. You didn't look at it. You didn't even do anything. You are saying it's dead on arrival. Initially, they said they cannot investigate anything because there's no petition. She brought a petition, and you are saying it is dead on arrival. A lawyer, a senator, you think she doesn't know what she's doing? Bringing such a petition, this huge allegation, you think she doesn't know what she's doing? Now they have suspended her. What I just want them to know is, in everything that they are doing, everybody will definitely leave this earth one day. All these things are just vanity. So they should continue using power to suppress this woman. And they are passing a wrong message to the young women out there that wants to join politics. It's very, very unfair. They should do the right thing and investigate this matter. They should not sweep it under the carpet. Therefore, Peter Obi, I think he should move to PDP, because that Labour Party won't really give him what he's looking for. And Atiku should just relax, honestly. But the problem is, will he allow Peter Obi to run as a president? That's the thing. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you so much for your call. I do appreciate it. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Call me up. It's about 18 minutes before 3 p.m. on the number one station that gives you a voice. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. You're now tuned into Matters. And we're talking about quite a range of issues, from the Supreme Court judgment on Rivers State, where the document has confirmed that the 27 Pro-Wike lawmakers did not actually defect to the APC. That is, there is no legal backing to show that they defected, and the APC is saying, look, we don't have them in our list of party members. Then also, Chief Bode Judge is saying that Atiku should not be the flag bearer of the PDP in 2027, but rather Peter Obi should join the PDP, as he has a higher chance of actually being president under the PDP rather than the Labour Party. Then we're also looking at the Senate suspending Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan for 6 months. 0803-692-9933. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Truth.
Truth, where are you calling me from?
From Justice Estate.
Okay, go ahead, please.
One, concerning culture issue. From the one, the way Natasha reacted, if a man approaches a woman or a lady, that day you lose your respect. For Natasha to have a God to challenge the president, is the president who caused it. He has approached her with a teacher or a master or a boss or GM. If you approach your secretary or anybody, your dignity, you've lost it. That is the reason why Natasha has the God to challenge her, to challenge him publicly. That's number one. Two, I pray if the INEC or federal government can reduce the fee collecting for somebody to fear for to get a position in this country. The money is too on the high side. What of 41 million? Who can get 41 million because you want to serve? They should make it free. That's my opinion. No money. When they sell these positions, people are there to go and read, to go and kill because they bought that position. The president said he spent his money to be where he is today. He said so, that I use my money to where I am today, which is true. He spent the money to judiciary, everybody.
Thank you so much for your call.
Lastly, that of River State, Ike or whatever you call it, spend his money to buy all whatever to the people who are elected. So when there is money, they should not forget, no situation, no condition is permanent. Those who are there today, either 6 months or either 1 year or either 100, they will die one day, and God will judge every one of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, death is an inevitable end to everyone in this life. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Before we continue with the calls, let me actually take your comments on YouTube. I want to be able to take all your comments and your messages before the end of the program. It's about 15 minutes before 3 p.m. So call me up or send a message. I really want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. On YouTube, Tochukwu Adiele says, good afternoon. The Supreme Court is correct, and we've also taken correction legally. The 27 Rivers State Assembly members did not defect, but they defected raising their hands when they moved the motion, which is to say that the members and the APC, having gone to court to say that they did not defect, showed what cowards they are and how they mesmerize the Nigerian law. The APC have constituted senior lawyers to think out loopholes in Nigerian laws about any cases to advise them on every of their moves. The PDP and the opposition should form counters to their games. Okay. All right. A lawyer Noah says, Shama, I want to ask you what Tinubu, Wike, and Akpabio want from this country. Bode George advised Ezekiel Akpala says, Bode George advising Obi to come to PDP while likes of Wike will work against him. Wickedness around us is much. Atiku must contest. Why are Southwest scared of Atiku? They are looking for a pathway. That's from Ezekiel Akpala on YouTube. All right, heading on over to WhatsApp. Let me take your messages on WhatsApp, okay? All right, beginning from the... Yes. This person says, I salute you gallantly, my gallant and beautiful. Oh, thank you. I hope you're highly motivated. Please kindly help me wish my gallant sister and female colleague in the Nigerian Army, Mrs. Afam Feintola, a deputy, a happy birthday to her area. On Wednesday, 5th of March, was her birthday date. More promotions and good health and blessings and long life and a Muslim happy fasting season. May God answer all our faithful prayers. Thanks and God bless you, my gallant sister, indeed. From OC Morale at Lieutenant General T.A. Lagbaja Army Cantonment, Ikeja. All right, very, very happy birthday to Mrs. Afam Feintola, a deputy. Happy birthday to you. I hope you had an amazing day yesterday. This is coming from OC Morale at Lieutenant General T.A. Lagbaja Army Cantonment in Ikeja. I hope that only good things will continue to follow you all the days of your life. And also, morale, thank you for always giving us good morals every time on VOP, and also for being such an amazing colleague. Good afternoon. My name is Ichie White from Songwater. My question concerning the Rivers Assembly lawmakers is, if they said they did not defect to APC, where have they been since all this while without attending the plenary? Please, whoever knows Wike should advise him to let peace reign in Rivers State. Okay, we have another message. Good afternoon, VOP. Natasha's punishment is not supposed to be up to 6 months. She did not call anybody. She expressed her mind. Her punishment was included for harassment. Angel from Akowonjo. Okay, let me see. Good afternoon, Chioma. Senator Natasha, 6-month proposed suspension is excessive and silence is decent. Instead of addressing her serious allegations against Senate President Akpabio, the Senate chose retaliation over accountability. This action discourages whistleblowing, undermines transparency, and sets a dangerous precedent for silencing opposition. Hilary from Ajao. Kenechku from First Tax says, good afternoon. The people that sat down and suspended Natasha for 6 months with the 8 things that will not have access to should also include her not to breathe for 6 months. What will not happen to the constituency she's representing? Are they also going to wait till 6 months before they will start attending to them? It is a shame to them all. My name is Ugo. I sympathize with those studying law in high institutions in Nigeria. Come as a best law student. Where are you going to practice that? In this country that has a disregard for the rule of law? Look what our lawmakers are doing, suspending someone who has written a petition. Chama, greetings to you. What is going on in Rivers State is very pathetic. The Supreme Court has ridiculed our democracy. What they did in Imo State when number 4 became number 1. Imo State have not known peace. The same thing they are doing in Rivers State. Whatever happens there, Supreme Court should take responsibility. Thanks. Daniel from Oshodi. Good afternoon, Chioma. This is the kind of Senate we have in the country. This is a way to subdue Natasha and silence her. They should have asked her to apologize to the senator for the so-called misconduct in the Senate room instead of suspending her. What will now become the fate of those she is representing during the time of her suspension? What was the punishment given to Akpabio when he had this issue with Saraki, the then president? Was he suspended? I beg. Let them look for better law and policies that can help the people. Thanks. Vincent, aka But Why, for Motion. My name is Frank from Oshodi. Without a thorough investigation about Natasha's sexual harassment, well, I know that all this will be swept under the carpet. She has the right to ask why her seat was changed. Let Wike leave Rivers State alone. In fact, Chama, looking at what is happening in this administration currently, there's nothing different between Motor Park. Mr. DM, why? Good afternoon, my sister. It takes a courageous person to come out and speak about sexual harassment in a country like Nigeria. But let me tell the senators that public opinion matters in a situation like this. They should tread softly. From Ernest Atiku Akowonjo. Good afternoon. I'm Mr. Philemon from Oshodi. You see all these Nigerian politicians, may God have mercy on them. Why? What are they thinking? May God deliver us from their hands. Thanks for the good job. Okay. Chama Innocent, good afternoon, please. Okay. All right. This person says, Chama, good afternoon. Okay. You say, Chama, good afternoon. I'm Jerry from EBA. My take on the suspension of Senator Natasha, Nigerian Senate are biased for and corrupt for suspending her without investigating the allegations against the Senate President. This is the worst. From Mr. Onyeka in Abule Egba, the way the Senate treated her was stringent. They want to tarnish her. It was a game plan. Akpabio should, okay, we already know, okay. Let all the senators be recalled by their various constituencies for not performing their oversight functions over the executive and defrauding Nigerians who are taxpayers by their aggravated earnings and being rubber stamp of the executive and bias in their handling of the case of Natasha. Time shall tell. Akpabio should leave that seat for this type of allegation that he has no credibility any longer. What was shameless leader Billy from Ikoton. Bernard says, good afternoon, Chairman. The question I want to ask is, when the same Akpabio did the same, even worse than the one of Natasha against Saraki, did they give him suspension? John from Ijanikin says, on the issue of River State, the Supreme Court should be ashamed. How can they say it was Fubara's action that made those lawmakers do that television show of shame that they didn't defect? If APC say they are not registered with them, then they are partyless, and the Constitution does not support independent candidates. As for Natasha Akpoti, the Senate, how Akpabio cannot be trusted. Chama, you will see that they will not suspend Natasha Akpoti. They will handle it in such a way that the matter will just die down. She's been suspended, unfortunately. John from Ijani King says, on Peter Obi going to PDP, but the judge might be right because it will be like a measure between PDP and Peter Obi. Nothing like Labour Party without Obi. How can one individual merge with a party? It has to be two parties merging and forming a coalition, okay? So if Obi is going to the PDP, then he's defecting from the Labour Party to the PDP. If they give him the presidential ticket, good for him. Good day, Chioma. The Supreme Court mentioned two things to show the alleged defectors fully defected as official letter backing the defection and membership card of the new party, which was not before the Supreme Court, which shows there is no evidence of their defection. I think the governor was not properly advised legally by his advisors. Secondly, Senator Natasha has resubmitted the petition. It has been accepted, and she noted that it was signed by a member of her constituency, a maker from Abeson Estate. Good afternoon. My name is Angel Perenge from Alagbado. Natasha has already said she was ready for whatever action they would take against her. But the most important thing, she has been free from evil lion's mouth, because the Senate president will never try such a thing in his lifetime. Those senators, can they give such suspension to their fellow man? They should know that suspending Senator Natasha will never stop her from being who she is, but they're only putting more suffering on the people who sent her to represent them. Now, devil go judge. Good afternoon, Chioma. Natasha suspension from the house. That means if you like, make landlord do anything to tenant wife, now only the tenant go still feel the blunt. Why not fear the judgment of the Most High God? However, the Supreme Court CTC had confirmed the membership of the 27 pro-Wike lawmakers as PDP members because there wasn't any legal backing that would show they defected. I will blame Fubara, who had not exercised patience enough to confirm their defection before raising alarm. That means some Wike men set trap for Fubara and he fell into it. Finally, there's no serious politician that can give APC good fight yet, as they are all still looking for best candidates in less than 2 years to next elections. Mr. Ogumbeye from Idimu. Good afternoon, dear moderator. Okay, wait, I can't really, this message is not really, but yes, I'll take your message shortly. 0817-175-6338, 0817-175-6338. Send the message on WhatsApp and I'll take it before the end of the program. Good afternoon, moderator. How are you this afternoon? I'm great. How are you? My name is Chibike from Afro Ajangbadi. On the assertion of Bode George as regards Atiku, I think he's wrong. Abraham Lincoln of the United States of America contested 7 times before he emerged as president of that country. The only obstacle in Atiku's case is his age. Otherwise, he has every right to contest as many times as possible. In the case of Natasha and Akpabio, permit me to ask, how was Akpabio and Saraki's case handled? Nigeria is a content creating nation. This is my submission. Thank you so much, Chibike. Good afternoon, Chairman. But the judge should also rest. He's working with the opposition, by the way, who told him that Obi never won before. As for Senator Natasha, posterity and God will judge those in power. How can a whole country has only 4 women in the hallowed chambers and they still want to silence the only 4 women? Shame to all those so-called feminists in Nigeria who crucified Two-Face Dibia for taking up another wife. I've said it many times. Nigeria gradually becoming North Korea. We should all apologize to former President Jonathan and ask God for forgiveness. Ezekiel from Ejigbo. My name is Dibia. I have no regret on what is happening in the Senate. God wants to use Natasha to clean the Senate. There's God hands in what is happening. Talking about the so-called two senators, I think it's very, very annoying when people make it about gender. I wonder when this set of Nigerians look at the issues and scrutinize the characters involved. Don't make it about gender when a woman has an issue with a man, but it's women versus women. They wouldn't cry foul. It's even more provocative when ignorant people say women should come out and fight for their right. Well, I don't blame them. It's because some people have pushed the TIY. Chama, the person who is saying that it's because Natasha is a woman, that's why she was suspended, is not true, because we were here when they suspended Senator Ningi. Good afternoon, Chama. I disagree with Chief Bode Judge. If they should allow free and fairer election, Peter Obi and every other person can win election with any party. It must not be PDP. It is the people of Nigeria that is voting and not party. Stop rigging and let the people's vote count. Chooks from Okota. The Supreme Court has told us that 27 lawmakers are skip makers, so they didn't defect. Supreme Court, we hail thee. Was Akpabio suspended during Saraki time? The punishment is ridiculous. Which way, Nigeria? Andy from Igando. Ben from Satellite is saying, in my view, the punishment meted out to Natasha is strictly based on her unethical behavior in the chambers. Let's leave sentiment aside. Does it mean whenever a woman shouts sexual misconduct without evidence, then a high-profile man goes down? Things don't work like that. You say, good afternoon, Chairman. From a neutral perspective, would you say that justice is served with Supreme Court verdict on River State? Remember, the measure you use for others will be used for you. Anaklet Anebunwa from Alagbado. The court in the case of Dino Melaya and 10 others had maintained and held that the Senate lacks the power to suspend any sitting senator for more than 14 days per their rules. These guys forget they operate under law. Comrade Chidi James, good afternoon. Instead of Senate to investigate the matter before Akpabio, they suspend Natasha in order to silence her. God have mercy on us. Adaku from Igondo. Chioma, read my message. Oh, you can see the drama playing out concerning Akpabio and Natasha Akpoti. He has had past controversy with Ireti Kingibe and the former NDDC boss that slapped him in the Schoolboys Act. Can also see his wife is supporting him. The worst thing of all, the Senate won't talk or impeach him, but because they have been compromise with the national cake. Now they've suspended her. Like they say, birds of same feather flock together. They say loyalty. Okay, everybody gets agenda. It's a shame. Dio from Lagos. Unfortunately, I can't take any more messages. It's about time for me to leave the studios, but I must thank you for joining me on this ride. Okay, Matters comes to you every Monday to Friday, and it ends at 3 p.m. So you can join me same time, same station tomorrow. And you can get to be a part of this conversation. Waiting happen. TIY. Waiting I do you. Please, that is not my surname. If you want to call my surname, please call it correctly. Okay. Thank you. That is not how now. But I did read your message. Okay. It just got very, very somehow towards the end part. So TIY. No vex. We are Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We want to give you a voice, but we must ensure that what you're saying is in line with facts and figures, okay? And of course, the fact that we're Voice of the People does not mean we can't allow people to speak outside of the facts that are on the ground. But thank you for joining us. Thank you for always tuning into our programs. Thank you for always being a part of the conversation. Thank you for being a part of the family. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for leaving your comments. Thank you for calling. Thank you for sending in your messages. Just thank you, okay? MC Chooks and Dr. Walkie Talkie will be here shortly with Funhouse Time. Until then, remember to do the best that you can to make Nigeria work in your own little corner of the world. It's not just about what your country can do for you, but think about what you can do for your country. While we complain about what the government is doing wrong, let's also do our best to make sure that we are not contributing to the problems in the country. Have an amazing day.